Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. I would like to ask, is Nana Addo Akufo-Addo the godfather of corruption in Ghana today? This is With All Due Respect. With all due respect, if you are a fan of movies, then I will urge you to go watch the most talked about movie of all time, The Godfather. The Godfather is a movie which showed how criminal gang leaders protect their thugs, all because they believe that crime was the only way for them to stay relevant in power. I'm seeing the same scenario play out in President Akufo-Addo's presidency. Today in Ghana, appointees like Charles Bissiou, who was caught pants down taking bribe on camera, has been added to the tall list of criminals that the godfather of corruption, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, is keeping in his government. Since Akufo-Addo became president of this near nation, Ghana, every scandal that has hit his government directly or indirectly has been linked to him. These are facts, and I don't need permission before talking about them. This same man in 2015-2016 told us Ghanaians that he was going to be a law and order president, meaning he was going to end corruption. But today, it seems he has rather become the godfather who blesses corruption in his government. We also don't have to forget the several criminals this president or godfather of corruption has shielded. We can talk of a criminal like Boachi Ejakon in the Ameri deal, Osla Owusu in the Kelm GVG deal, Oyoko Boche in the Oslo crime, Pius Heze, the criminal who was involved in the visa scandal, Kwesi Nyantakyi, who is still in the pocket of this president, and now this criminal, Charles Bissiou. All these and many more have been linked directly to this president. Why am I not shocked at the corruption and crime happening under the leadership of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo? I am not, because we Ghanaians, especially we the people with the majority in this country, I mean we Akans, have decided not to speak the truth. We have swallowed our voices because the head of the criminal enterprise or the godfather of the corruption happening in this country is one of us. As an NPP card-bearing member and a rational human being, I feel I have to be honest with myself and my fellow countrymen and speak the hard truth. We Akans are hypocrites to the core. Yes, we are hypocrites to the core. And if we say we love our nation, then we should be honest, bold, and sincere with ourselves and tell ourselves that Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is a failed, corrupt leader who is clueless and dishonest. With all due respect, my fellow Ghanaians, until we put aside our stupid political and tribal hypocrisy and speak against this president and this group of criminal or thugs like Charles Bissiou, we will live to regret one day. If what is happening today had happened during John Mahama's era, hell would have broken loose. The so-called senior journalists, the kings, the chiefs, the clergy, the civil society and opinion leaders would have shredded the past government into pieces. They would have gone ahead and organized series of press conferences and demonstrated, all because the leader then isn't part of us. This is the hard truth, and I will say it over and over again. Today, out of shame and hypocrisy, we Ghanaians even find it difficult to blame Nana Addo Akufo-Addo for the serious crimes he is involved in. We have even found ways to drag the opposition party into these issues just to distract the ordinary Ghanaian from following the corruption this godfather of a president is heading. Today, Akufo-Addo has made criminals untouchable in this country. The Jubilee House is now a hideout for ex-convicts and corrupt officials. This is a disgrace, and we have to speak against it. My fellow Ghanaians, this country is sick and bleeding. It is our duty to save it because this president has shown that his appetite for covering up corruption is a God-given talent. How can a criminal appointee like Charles Bissiou, at the direction of the president, write to tell us Ghanaians that he is not guilty of any crime, which we all saw on camera, and that he will continue to be a presidential staffer? As we speak, the president hasn't even ordered for the arrest of this criminal, this dirty criminal. With all due respect, the funny thing here is, I'll get some idiots among us Ghanaians who will quickly say, why is Kevin criticizing the party he always says he loves or belongs to? Let me tell you those people. I didn't vote for a man who is greedy, petty and corrupt to lead this country. I voted for a man who promised heaven and earth to fight corruption But what are we seeing today? I voted for a man who said he was going to build 350 schools in less than 2 years. Now, where are the schools? After 3 years. I voted for a man who said the infrastructure done by the past government was just a joke and that he was going to build more and also continue what the past government couldn't finish. As I speak, I can't point to even a chicken cage. I voted for a man who said he was going to make sure the cedi becomes one of the strongest currency in African history. Now, I ask, how is the cedi performing against the dollar? I voted for a man who said he was going to create jobs for the youth. Now, where are the jobs? I voted for a man who said the former president had one family member in his government, so it was nepotism. What do we see today? Over 40 family members, and you want me to be quiet about it? I'm sorry, I am not a fool. With all due respect, I am a human who has brains to think. I am not stupid and a hypocrite filled with tribalism. I am also not a fool to accept empty promises after I was promised heaven. As a young Ghanaian living in a third world country like Ghana, all I need from my government is to construct good roads, build more schools, build ultra-modern hospitals, create jobs for the youth, provide good clean drinking water, and more. But for that government to spend millions on a useless drone, spend millions on building a senseless cathedral, and involving in corruption and scandal every day, do you expect me to defend such a disease of the government? But what I know is that it is only a fool who does not ask questions and demand answers. And also, it is also said that it is only a fool who does not change his mind. Speaking against crime and asking questions does not make me more or less of an MPP member. It makes me a rational human being who thinks about the nation, but not individuals and tribal affiliations. My fellow Ghanaians, let us be wise and speak against crime. This president, Akufo-Addo, is just a walking contradiction. He is full of lies and deceit. All that he promised before we voted for him was just lies. You people know that, and I also know that. Today, his appointees feel they own this country, so they can commit crime and just write a letter to insult our intelligence. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is corrupt and the godfather of corruption in Ghana today. Let us wise up, my people. Let us put aside our differences, our hypocrisy and tribalism and ask for what we were promised. We must not accept lies and criminality. We have to demand justice irrespective of the culprit. Charles Bissiou and other appointees of this greedy, corrupt president must be made to face the law. We can pretend as much as we want, but the fact still remains that this president and his government are bad news. We have the power to make our voices heard today, because these same voices will liberate the young generation from becoming slaves in their own home. My fellow Ghanaians, this is not the time to be playing political and tribal cards. This is the time to save our nation. My name is Kevin Akufo-Addo Taylor, and this is With All Due Respect.